Hi guys, it's Steph. Today I wanted to talk about something that, as you can tell from the title of this video, is probably a little bit, not controversial, but something that people like to argue about a lot. Pronouns and cis people thinking that trans people sometimes need to earn their pronouns, the pronouns that they want people to use for them. But let me explain a bit because this is going to get confusing otherwise. This happens in a couple of instances quite often. There are certain scenarios that I see this happening in quite a lot. The first scenario is when cis people, for some reason, think that it's okay for them to misgender a trans person if that trans person isn't passing. I've heard this said by people I know, and it's unfathomable. I don't understand how people think this is okay. So there'll be, for example, a trans guy, like me, maybe, who's pretty and who's maybe a bit androgynous, and people think that they can justify misgendering that person by saying it's okay because they don't look male yet, or they don't sound male yet. Just because a person doesn't look how you think they should look does not give you the right to say, fine, I'm gonna fucking ignore their pronouns and just call them whatever I want to call them. Like, if someone tells you they're a guy, they're a guy. It doesn't matter if they have long flowy hair and wear lipstick, like, they're a guy. And if there's a woman who likes wearing fucking overalls and goes and chops wood, but she says, I'm a woman, call me she, then she's a woman. It's really not that hard to compute. I don't understand. Sorry, I'm gonna stop yelling. I get very passionate about this. The second instance that I see this kind of casual misgendering happening in is probably the worst. Is the worst thing I've ever fucking heard when it comes to misgendering people. And it's the idea that you can only gender people correctly if they deserve it. So cis people think, oh, that trans person's being an asshole, so I can misgender them. No, that's not how it works. You could have someone being the biggest fucking dick in the world, and that still doesn't give you the right to misgender them. For example, Caitlyn Jenner. I don't fuck with her. She's not a good person. She's done a lot of shit, but she's still a woman. She's not a nice person, and she isn't a very good trans role model at all. But she's still a female because she told us she is. Like, she could do any number of things. That does not give you the right to start misgendering her or referring to her as male or using her old name. Like, that's not okay. A trans person literally could murder somebody and you'd still have to gender them correctly because that's their gender. Their gender doesn't change because you're pissed off with them. It doesn't work like that. Please stop. And the third instance of like casual misgendering that I see happen often is when people do it and then they justify it with, it's okay because I knew them before they started to transition. What? What? No. Like, okay, let me just break it down because I just can't even deal with this. If a cis person changes their name because, for an example, I don't know, they were in an abusive relationship and they moved somewhere and start anew and their name was Mary and they've changed it to Wendy, you are not gonna go, oh, but I knew you as Mary, so I'm gonna call you Mary forever. Like, no. If that was to happen, that person's cis friends would be like, yeah, sure, okay, hey Wendy, who's Mary? I don't fucking know her. So why is it so hard to grasp that with trans people it's the same? Like, don't get me wrong, I understand slipping up. I understand if you've known someone for 22 years, you're gonna mess up. But if you constantly misgender them and call them the wrong name and then try and justify it with, but I knew them before, it's hard. Shut the fuck up. No one asks how hard it is for you. I'm not being funny. The trans person is the person that is going through a big fucking change, dealing with a lot of shit, and they don't need it fucking added to by people like family members or friends who are supposed to support them, coming out with bullshit like, but I knew them before, I'm allowed. No, you're not allowed. If they've asked you to call them a certain name or a certain pronoun, you use that. Oh my god, I can't. Oh, I just don't understand people not grasping. It's so simple. It's so simple. All you're doing is just respecting what somebody has asked you to do. Like, why is it so difficult? I really don't get it. Anyway, I just kind of needed a video to kind of get some emotions out there because I've dealt with all this stuff as well, and it's just really frustrating because, don't get me wrong, I appreciate all of the support I've had. I've been very lucky during my transition. I've had very supportive people around me, but at the same time, you're not entirely that supportive if you sit there and all you do is complain about how hard it is for you. There's cis people out there with trans family, friends, partners, whatever. The next time you're about to sit there and go, oh my god, this is so difficult for me, just stop. Just stop and think 1 minute. Is this comment worthwhile, or am I just being a little bit self-absorbed and kind of inserting myself into this situation where nothing actually applies to me? You're not the one who's gonna go out and be in danger of being ridiculed or being attacked in a bathroom or being denied a job. Like, you're not the one who's in danger of that. Next time you go to complain or you whine about how hard it is to gender someone correctly, or you say, but I knew them before, so I know them as a girl, or vice versa. Like, just stop and think about what you're doing. Speaking of misgendering, for all you dickheads out there who say that they, them pronouns aren't real and that non-binary people aren't real, I don't even have like an explanation for you. You can just go fuck yourselves. Especially other trans people that say that non-binary isn't real. What the fuck are you doing? We're meant to support each other, not like be assholes. We get enough of that from cis people. Basically, everyone just be nice to each other. If you don't agree with someone's lifestyle, okay, whatever, I suppose maybe your opinions are set in stone, they're not gonna change, but don't then go up to people and make them feel miserable and say horrible shit. If you have nasty opinions, that's fine, keep them to yourself. Don't spread hatred around and make the world miserable, because you know what, it's already kind of miserable. Let's just focus on some nice stuff, spread some positivity, and just not be jerks to each other. Oh my god, fucking need my inhaler in a second. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, I guess. It was kind of loud and ranty, but hopefully there's something in there that people can maybe relate to or agree with. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking a whole load of crap. I'm really intrigued to know in the comments, actually, if any of you guys have experienced anything like this or anything similar, or if family members say the same stuff to you, because I know I have a lot of friends who this also happens to. So I'll be curious to hear from you guys as well. I hope you guys are having a good day, evening, night, wherever you are, and I will see you very soon with another video. Bye. I knew them before they transitioned. Well, you're not gonna know them anymore because they're fucking gonna cut you out of their life if you don't stop acting like a dick.